Hey y'all. Oh, I sound like a man. This, I know I say this all the time, but this is gonna be a quick one because I don't have a lot of battery and I'm tired and it's cold in here. I turned on the heater, but I think it's gonna be too loud. You're welcome. The reason I'm doing this live is because I have a lot of new followers on Twitter and here. And there's a couple of things that, I mean, my old heads know, but I feel like I could do like a refresher for the new people. I'm sorry, these are so crunchy. I hope it's not loud, but I'm really hungry. And I think I just lost one of my earbuds. Okay, so I'm just trying to let people join. And I don't feel good, so I want to hurry up and get home. These are so good. I'm sorry. They're really good. Okay, so washing your hair. Maybe I should have ate these first. Okay, so I've been doing hair a while. I've been doing natural hair a long, long time. And the truth of the matter is that I only call it natural hair because that's what y'all call it. I just do hair. I'm not a natural hair specialist, okay? I'm not a curl specialist. I'm not a, like, whatever. I mean, I'm all for people like finding their niches and sticking to it and finding their specialties. Great. Like, I'm not a braider. Like, I'm not a natural hair updo person, or I don't do a lot of flat twisting just because my fingers don't do it anymore. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a licensed professional, trained and educated, old school, learned how to do finger waves, learned how to, curl with a Marcel iron. Like, I'm a classically, if there was ever, I'm a classically trained hairstylist. I learned on stoves. I learned how to do crokinole curls. I learned like 0-degree haircuts, 45-degree haircuts, 90-degree haircuts. I'm a classically trained hairstylist. I'm not a natural hair specialist. That being said, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've been shampooing and blow drying and cutting and curling and, straightening natural hair before y'all got here. Okay? I've never used coconut oil on a client. I've never used castor oil on a client. I have never used rice water on a client. And I've never told a client to go weeks without shampooing. Everybody's hair is different, okay? But everybody's hair ain't that different, okay? There are some of us that can eat whatever we want and never gain weight. There are some of us that look at a bagel and gain 10 pounds, okay? That does not mean that all of those people don't need to eat to survive, okay? Everybody needs water and food and air and sun to survive, okay? That is not up for debate. What is not up for debate for me is whether or not you need to shampoo your head. That's not up for debate. The type of shampoo you use could be up for debate. How many times you shampoo in one sitting can be up for debate. Whether or not you wet your hair before you shampoo or not, that can be up for debate. Whether or not you shampoo your damn head is not up for debate. That's not one of those, well, everybody's different type situations. Nah, girl, like, you need to shampoo your damn head. Okay? Right now, like, unless you shampooed your hair today, right now you sitting there, your ass is cleaner than your hair because you washed your ass this morning. And I'm pretty sure that you don't go around with your ass out when you hit the public, right? So even me right now, like, going outside, even right now, our faces are covered. But guess what's not covered? Our hair and our hands. Okay? So when you go out in the street, the second you leave your house, you are bombarded with nastiness. Okay? You're bombarded with people coughing, people sneezing. You're bombarded by bus exhaust, car exhaust, pollution, pollen, cigarette smoke, vape smoke. You go to work and somebody in a public restroom flushes the toilet. That's in your hair. That is in your hair. Not to mention your own personal yeast. I am so sorry, y'all. That was so ghetto. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But I needed that earbud. Okay. So, back to me cussing y'all out. It is nasty out there, okay? On the human head, on the human body, there are naturally occurring things. You have yeast naturally occurring. You have mildew naturally occurring. You have bacteria naturally occurring. And the head is the perfect place for all of that to grow. It is moist. It is warm. Okay. And it is not frequently cleansed. Okay. I cannot stress this enough that this is not a cultural thing. To God, everybody does that. Everybody sees me on here and then they call my phone. My entire family does that. It's like if you see that you got the notification, why are you calling my phone? Anyway. The 2-week standard of washing our hair every 2 weeks, that is not just because it was, oh, let's pick a date. No, that was about how long that your press could last without you smelling. Mom did not have time. If she was doing it herself, she either didn't have time to shampoo and press everybody's hair every week, or because she couldn't afford to go every week, right? Or she couldn't afford to take all the girls every week, okay? All of the products that you guys use right now, Lustrous Pink Oil, daily moisturizers, all of those products were meant to mitigate the fact that you weren't shampooing like you should have been. Okay? If you look at older ads for stuff like Indian sage, bergamot, all of those greases that we used to use, the feature of those products was that they repelled moisture. They repelled moisture so that your hair wouldn't go back. They did not moisturize. They do not moisturize now. Lustrous Pink Oil does not moisturize. These are products that allowed you to not take care of your hair. Okay? So when you say that you're using these products now and you have natural hair and you're still not shampooing every week, you are doing your own hair a disservice. There is a direct correlation to how often you shampoo to how dry your hair is. I have, like, on Twitter right now, I have a lot of people saying that they shampoo twice a month and they use oil because their hair is dry, not realizing that their hair is dry because they put water on it only twice a month. Oil does not moisturize. It does not seal in moisture. Okay? That is a skin thing. That is not a hair thing. You cannot seal in moisture in hair. That's not how it works. When you shampoo and condition and your hair is feeling great, and then a couple of days later it starts to get a little crispy, it starts to be like, that's your hair telling you it is now time to shampoo and condition me again. It is not telling you that your hair is dried out. Okay? So you guys are using products. When you say my hair doesn't stay moisturized, it's not meant to stay moisturized. You're meant to keep moisturizing your hair. Like, I cannot drink enough water on Monday for the week. I have to drink water throughout the week. So that means that if you have the type of hair that you can go, like I can go maybe 4 or 5 days with my hair. Like if I do a wash and go, my hair will stay feeling soft for about 4 to 5 days. Because I have fine hair, right? Now, there are a lot of girls out there that have coarse hair that think that they have dry hair, and they don't. What they are comparing their natural coarse hair to is their old relaxed hair. So because they're old, because their new texture or their original texture does not feel like their relaxed hair, they think it's dry. That's how your hair feels. A lot of y'all want your hair to feel soft, and if you don't feel product in your hair, all like, oh, I have dry hair. No, you don't have dry hair. You have bad hair care. If you are not putting water on your hair at least once a week, you absolutely will have dry hair. And you're compounding that if you're using oil. Because all oil does is it blocks moisture out. It blocks moisture from the environment, from your home. Even you taking a shower, if you have oil in your hair, you're not getting the benefit of that steam because of the oil in your hair. Frizz is literally the hair's way of moisturizing itself. The hair pulls moisture from the environment and puffs up. Okay? If you are preventing that from happening, then you're drying out your hair. Well moisturized hair doesn't frizz. All of this it's a really, really simple concept, but it's a hard concept to accept if you are starting from the position that something is wrong with your hair. If you are starting from the position that I have dry hair, then this is going to sound crazy to you. But if you are starting from the position that, hey, there's nothing wrong with my hair and I just have to keep it healthy, this will be a lot easier to accept. 95% of what I do is trying to get y'all out of the mindset that there is something wrong with your hair. The product companies tell you that there is something wrong with your hair. I'm not selling you shit. I'm not selling you nothing, and y'all still don't want to buy it. I'm sitting here telling you that your hair don't need all that, and you fussing at me because I'm saying that your hair is better than you think it is. But y'all mad at me for it. And then you want to talk about high porosity, low porosity. Porosity is literally for a person doing their hair at home that does not do chemicals, porosity is the most useless information that y'all have. Porosity changes from day to day. It can change based on the humidity in your apartment. It can change based on the humidity in the environment. It can change based on the product you use, the condition of your hair, whether or not you need a trim. Is your hair color treated? Is it bleached? All of that affects porosity. None of which affect how your hair accepts moisture. None. I shampoo every single one of my clients the exact same way, regardless of whether they have coarse hair, fine hair, normal hair, thick hair, thin hair, whatever. I apply the clarifying shampoo to dry hair because the shampoo is more effective at breaking up oil and breaking up dirt if you don't wet the hair first. That is porosity. Oil is what is causing your hair not to accept moisture. And so you guys think when you go to shampoo your hair and now your hair feels dry and gritty, you think it's your hair when no, it's the oil that you just shampooed out. I don't want to be condescending and say it's not a difficult concept, but it's very, very simple. It's very simple. Everybody needs to shampoo their hair. The first thing I'll ask a client when they say they have dry hair, I ask them, how often do you shampoo? And most of the time, they'll tell me, every 10 days or twice a month. That is not okay. You will absolutely have dry hair if you're not shampooing at least once a week. And with everybody, doing hot yoga and working out and doing all this, you need to be shampooing more than that. If you sweat heavily or like you sweat in your head all the time and you exercise, you need to be shampooing at least twice a week. Don't nothing dry out a head faster than sweat. It's not good for your hair. Okay? It's not good for your hair. Now, I have a lot of people that say, this is one of my biggest pet peeves, honestly. When people say, oh, shampoo and strips oils. If you have quality products, your hair should not feel like shit after you shampoo. If your hair feels like shit after you shampoo, it's one of two things. Either one, you're using crappy products, or two, you just shampooed out a whole bunch of oil. Even with the products I use, after I shampoo somebody and their hair still feels gritty, I know that they use a lot of oil. Even if they didn't come in with oil in their hair, I can still tell. Because the hair has a very like gritty, like the cuticles don't want to lay down or whatever the case may be. But shampoos do not strip oils. Okay? The same rules that, we talk about, is silicone going to build up on the hair? Silicone is not going to build up on our hair because we don't use it enough. Don't tell me that silicone builds up on the hair and you're shampooing once a month. How? You're not even putting enough on your hair for it to build up. Shampooing your hair is non-negotiable. Like that's not up for debate. How often you get a trim? I have a standard rubric for that, but even that has exceptions. But shampooing, nah, bruh, nah. You cannot have healthy hair without having clean hair. You cannot properly condition your hair unless your hair is clean. Co-washing that's a styling option. That's not a maintenance option. That's something you do in between shampoos. Meaning if you shampoo on Sundays and you want to co-wash on Wednesday, knock yourself out. But co-washing does not replace shampooing. You co-wash to restyle. You don't co-wash to clean your hair. That's like washing your ass with lotion. I've been telling y'all that. All the stuff that I'm saying now, I've been saying since 2012 when I first started my Instagram. I've been telling you coconut oil was boo-boo trash. I've been telling you castor oil was boo-boo trash. None of that has changed. There are too many quality shampoos and conditioners out here for a very reasonable price for y'all to be still saying, oh, shampoo ruins my hair. No, it don't. No, it don't. Redken All Soft, 2 liters for $22 at JCPenney's all the time, or at Ulta all the time. Paul Mitchell Extra Moisture, 2 for $22 all the time. Cream of Nature, Care. Though I will tell you this, Care, I like their hydrating detangling shampoo. I do not like Humecto. I feel like the Humecto doesn't, it's something I don't tactily, I don't like the way it feels. And I'm going to be honest, if you are the hair hobbyist, if you are the product junkie, if you are I want to spend 8 hours on a Sunday doing my hair, then I'm not for you. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not the person to follow. I'm not the stylist you want, because that's not what I do. That's not what I do. My goal is to cut my clients' regimen in half. So if they come in with 6 products, no, we're going to cut that down to 3. If you've been doing your hair and it takes 3 or 4 hours, we trying to get you down to 2, then down to 1. If you spending 2 hours a week on your hair, that's what is it? 52, 100? Come on. That's over 100 hours a year just doing hair. Y'all ain't got better shit to do? I know I do. Y'all got kids, you got businesses, you got homeschooling, you got work, you got all this stuff. Come on, man. Y'all got better stuff to do than your hair. don't do gimmicks. Like, I'm always going to give you the truth, whether you want it or not. I'm not a maybe type person. I get texts from clients all the time with sending me pictures. Should I buy this? No. For what? What you buying it for? What you need it for? I thought you just bought conditioner. Oh, well, I just want to try it. No. Stop trying stuff. That's how y'all get, like, allergy attacks. Stop trying stuff. If you find a great shampoo and conditioner that works, well, what are you switching for? Olaplex is the first new, and I've been using it for what, a year, 2 years, and before that it was Redken. And I was using Redken for 10 years. Everything that I use, I've been using for 20 years. My Matrix, my Cheese Silk Infusion, my Redken Anti-Snap, all of that I've been using for 20 years. Why? Because I haven't found anything better. Like, I don't see new stuff coming out. Olaplex is the first thing that I've purchased that I really feel is a game changer. But other than that, what am I buying new stuff for? Because if it doesn't work on a client, I'm gonna have to redo their hair. So I don't have the wherewithal or the time or the patience and money to try something new, and then it doesn't work. Now I'm back to square one. I'm not looking for the perfect product. I'm looking for the right products. There's no such thing as the perfect product. I've never used Quantum Moisturizing Shampoo and Conditioner. I love their clarifier, but I've never used it, so I can't give an opinion on it. But their clarifier is great. That's what I use in the salon. But natural hair care, before you do anything, before you go get a trim, before you buy another product, start shampooing and conditioning more. Just try it. Just try it. Just try it. And see if you don't see a difference in the quality of your hair. The funny thing is that a lot of you guys, you've never even tried to do your hair without that cream or without that leave-in conditioner or without that oil. You've never even tried it. So when people say, oh, my hair will fall out, how do you even know? Because I know you haven't tried it. I know you haven't. I know you haven't. I couldn't tell you about Verb. I've never tried it. Again, I told you, I don't try stuff. I don't try stuff. Every now and then, like, I'll get samples or whatever, but Olaplex shampoo and conditioner has been working for me. I use my Matrix color conditioners or color shampoos when I'm doing color. Like, I don't switch up. What would I recommend for itchy scalp? How often do you shampoo? I should plug this up. It's cold in here, man. But I don't want to turn on the heater because I feel like I'm not going to... Excuse me, y'all, for showing you my bum. I feel like I'm not going to be able to hear y'all. I think once a week, sometimes twice. What kind of shampoo do you use? And do you put oil on your scalp? That's always the question I like to ask. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Get out first. Is that gonna work? Oh, well, we'll see. I don't like oil. I mean, a little bit ain't gonna hurt you, but the way you guys use it is detrimental. Um, if you got highlights and your hair is frizzy, that's not a good thing. Did she tone your hair? Because you got to close that cuticle back down. Because I know a lot of y'all be going to get highlights and all they do is bleach and they don't tone. So the cuticle is not closed, so it's absolutely going to be frizzy. No, thank you. I didn't even realize it was a Jamaican flag. It was just green. It was just my favorite color. And I only wear Adidas, so. And it was funny because the first time I wore it, I think it was Jamaican Independence Day. And everybody was like bigging me up. I was like, what? I didn't know. I didn't realize it was a flag. It was green. I'll save it. I mean, here's the thing. It looks like it works, but I'm not using nothing that's going to suck my hair up into it. Here's the thing. Bad stuff happens to me. I'll be the one fool that uses that blow dryer and get my hair jacked up and get it all tangled up in there. So I can't do stuff like that. But I mean, people seem to like it. I don't have nothing bad to say about it. No, I'm a snacker. And I've been trying to get my blood pressure down, so there's no more potato chips. And these are like, low fat and they don't have a lot of salt, so. She might have used too high a developer on your hair. Because here's the thing. Going higher, you have to lift the cuticle and stuff, but it shouldn't be dramatically frizzier. That's not good. It shouldn't be dramatic. You can actually use color to increase your volume or to volumize the hair because it does puff up the cuticle a little bit, but it shouldn't be dramatically different like that. That's not a good thing. That's why when people want to go blonde, I take them slow. It takes a couple of sessions. You can't just go blonde that day, even if you have virgin hair. It's not a good idea. You should be shampooing and conditioning once a week. For me, deep conditioning, if you don't have problematic hair, I don't see what the point of it is. Deep conditioning is restorative. It's not preventative. So if you're shampooing, if you have healthy hair, I just don't see the point in deep conditioning. Like, yeah, you can leave your conditioner in for an extra 5 minutes, but like treatments and stuff, I don't see what the point is. That's like giving Robitussin to a healthy child. I just don't have time for it. When I braid my hair, I have to put gel first. No, why would you put gel? Why would you put gel on your box braids? I'm gonna be honest, like when I watch Stacy braid, Stacy uses this like this water-based gel. I think it's called like Pure Fusion or something. And she uses a minimal amount. She uses a dab. And I think it's just to smooth the hair before she braids. But I've seen a lot of people, they use gel to cover up the fact that they can't braid. So they use the gel to cover up the fact that their braids aren't neat. And then you go home and a couple of days later, now your braids all frizzy. So I see a lot of people using gel and stuff when they braid to cover up the fact that they're not good. Yeah, I don't even recommend deep conditioning every week. Because most of the time y'all doing too much. Y'all always using like a strengthening product or something. And that's not good for healthy hair. You do need a styler, but your styler should be based on the style that you are doing. So like for me, before I got my hair braided, I shampooed, conditioned, I put on heat protectant because I blow dried my hair, and then that's it. That's what I used. That was my styler, the heat protectant. But if I was like gonna slick my hair back, I'd use gel. Or if I was gonna do like a twist out, I would use wrap foam. So your styler, that's why I say styler and not a specific product, because it depends on how you're gonna wear your hair. That should determine what styler you're gonna use. How do you make sure you're keeping your hair moisturized while it's in braids? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I hate that question because you cannot keep your hair moisturized. That's not how it works. You can't. You have to keep moisturizing your hair. Meaning, I shampoo these once a week. I shampoo and condition my hair once a week. That's how. That is how. Me putting a product on my braids under here in a couple of days, that ain't gonna do nothing. I don't think so. If you have cornrows, like say you wash cornrows, you might, if you want to defrizz your braids, I would do wrap foam. Like I would do wrap foam and like to smooth everything, make it look nice again, you know, if it starts to get frizzy. But that's your styler. Can you grow back edges from too tight braids? It depends if the damage isn't permanent. Yeah, but here's the thing. You don't even have, the products don't have to be expensive. Cream of Nature got a bomb-ass shampoo. You don't have to spend a lot of money on products. I don't care what nobody says. You don't need no $40 curl pudding. And I'm about to really piss y'all off. I use Pantene at home. Fight me. I'm not taking that expensive ass Olaplex to my house. That's for y'all. I don't use that. I don't use that at home. I have Pantene at my house. I shampooed my hair this morning with Pantene. I use Olaplex if I'm here, but I'm gonna take $28 shampoo to my house for me. No. Nope. See, that's what y'all. That's the problem. Y'all be buying products based on your skin color and not your hair. There are a whole bunch of black girls like me that because we have super fine hair, we have more in common with a white girl with fine straight hair because we both have fine hair. So the damage that can happen to our hair is the same. We have the same issues. Our hair getting greasy, our hair falling flat, no volume. So the characteristics of each texture, fine, normal, and coarse, they are the same regardless of what color you are, regardless of what your ethnicity is. So a black girl with coarse hair is gonna have the same issues that an Asian girl with coarse hair is gonna have, right? Problems lifting when she wants to color her hair. The characteristics of the hair are the same. Okay, so the biggest mistake, the biggest con that the natural hair community pulled on itself was you guys convinced yourself that you needed all new products when you could have been using the same shit that you was using before. All the Cara Care, the Mazzani, all of that stuff that you were using, that you used to use when your hair was relaxed, would have been perfect. Y'all went out and bought all new shit for no reason. Talk about bamboozled. They got y'all. I said it years ago. They got y'all. I would say in the last, since it came out, 7 years, I have never, not once, ever bought a Shea Moisture item. Never. Not near. I don't use natural hair products in the salon because they have too much oil in them. I feel like they choke the hair out. They leave too much of a film. They don't shampoo out. And they don't allow the hair to breathe. I don't like them at all. I don't like them. But the truth of the matter is that y'all like greasy hair. Y'all do. You do. When you don't have greasy hair, you think that your hair is dry. If y'all don't feel product in your hair, it's like, oh, my hair is dry, my hair is dry. And y'all will put stuff in your hair to be like, oh, it's moisturizing. No, it's not. That's not how you moisturize. That's not how you moisturize. Shampooing and conditioning is how you moisturize. That is how you moisturize. So let's say you shampoo your hair on Sunday and your hair starts feeling crispy on Thursday. And by Friday, you're like, it's time. I got to put something in it. That's when you shampoo again. Everybody can't go a full week. Now, when I say at least a week, that's what I mean. So if you feel that your hair doesn't last to a week, then okay, so I know that y'all are busy. Okay. I know that, okay, your hair might start feeling on Thursday, but I'm trying to stretch it till Sunday. Okay, that's fine. I'm not telling you to shampoo it on Wednesday, but I'm telling you how to recognize what your hair needs and when. Okay. So if you know that, okay, I have to be on my hair. I have to shampoo it every week so that it'll stay feeling like this. The better you take care of your hair, the better it will feel. Like y'all did not have to pay to log in on this. Okay. I'm not selling you nothing. I'm giving you free information because I want you to have better hair. And when I say better hair, I mean, I want you to not feel like you don't have nice hair. And to me, anytime somebody says, oh, well, if I do that, my hair is going to fall out, then you don't trust your hair. And that's what Fro House is about. It's about y'all learning how to trust your hair. Because a lot of you don't. And I get it. I get that some stupid ass hairstylist told you that, oh, natural's not for you. I get that Meemaw was like, oh, your hair's too coarse. I get that. Trust me. I'm black. I get it. Okay? I've been doing black women's hair for 20 plus years. I know the complexes that we have based on how we grew up. Okay? But we are past that now. We are past that. That is also why if you're new to me and you're like, damn, why is she so aggressive? That's why. Because it makes me mad. It makes me mad when I've had new clients come in tears because some asshole of a stylist told them that if you go natural, I'm not doing your hair no more. Or some mom done told her daughter that she got nappy hair, or like somebody at her job done said, oh, I like your hair better straight. That pisses me off, right? So you have to understand a lot of my animosity, it's not to y'all. It's to outside influences that make us question our own beauty. That's what I be pissed at. I don't be pissed at y'all. I don't be fussing at y'all. But y'all gonna get this hair love come hella high water. You hear me? And I don't care how you feel about it.
What you gonna do, fight me? You can talk shit all you want. Guess what? Bet your hair gonna be nice. Bet your hair gonna be nice. You can get in your group chats and be like, why she so why she so stank? Why she so stank? But you know what? That shampoo technique did work though. That's what you gonna say. So and I'm always gonna tell you to buy less stuff. That's why I'm gonna be honest. That's why even once the first lockdown hit, I was screwed because there was no way for me to pivot into selling product because I've been telling y'all not to buy it. So how it's gonna look for me to turn around and be like, okay, now come buy this shit? No, I still don't want y'all buying extra stuff. I don't. Y'all use too much of it anyway. Y'all use too much conditioner. You don't need to use that much conditioner when you're conditioning. You're not frosting a cake. Like, I want you guys to I want you to spend less money. I want you to spend less time, and I want you to worry less about your hair. That's my goal. Okay? I don't want you going up and down the aisle in Target or Walgreens or CVS like, oh, do I need this? Do I need this? Because no, you don't. My clients can just walk. They walk right by the hair aisle. Just be like, don't even faze them because they know they don't need it. They got their shampoo, the conditioner, and whatever styler they're using at home. They don't need it. They know they don't need nothing new. If something new comes out and it says, oh, this stimulates growth, this makes your hair thicker, they already know that's bullshit because they come to me. I already told them. Nothing stimulate, that's such a non sequitur. Like it can't be proven, right? Anything that says promotes, stimulates, encourages, that's fake shit because that's not something that can be proven, so it's okay to say. The FDA regulates claims on advertising, right, for beauty products. So if you read an ad, what it will say, it won't say that this makes your hair thicker. It says it gives you the appearance of thicker looking hair. So something like a mousse, it'll say for volumizing or thickening, right? It's not giving you thicker hair. It's giving you the appearance of thicker hair. The reason it can't say that it thickens your hair is because it can't, and that's illegal. Now, there are a lot of smaller products that kind of go like smaller, whether they're black owned or independently owned products that go under the radar of the FDA. So they'll say, oh yeah, this makes your hair thicker. But that's an impossibility. You cannot make your hair thicker. If your hair has thinned out, then that hair can grow back. But you will never have more hair than what you were born with. You can never grow more follicles. Okay? Period. And any company that says otherwise is lying to you. Even Tropic Isle Jamaican black castor oil that y'all swear up and down says that it thickens your hair. It doesn't even say that on their website because they know that they can get in trouble for making false claims. So what they do is they let y'all say it. Years ago, I was working with a vitamin brand and I was doing their social media. And there were people getting on the page and saying, oh, I've been using this for 3 months and my hair is so much thicker. And I was like, no, that's in your head. Because no, it can't do that. And they were like, oh, you can't tell the customers that, but if they say it, it's okay. Nah. Only thing I got in this business is my word. That's it. So no, I'm not going to be lying to people. And I had to sever ties with them because what I'm not going to be doing is lying on the internet. I'm not going to be lying on the internet. Nothing can make your hair thicker. Nothing. Not Rogaine, not minoxidil, nothing. You shit out of luck. I tell that to people all the time, Tressic. I tell that to people all the time. When people say, oh, this grew my edges back. No, 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 no. What grew your edges back is you stopped with the lace fronts, you stopped with the tight braids, you started covering your hair at night, and you started taking better care of your hair overall, right? It's just like when people start a regimen, an exercise regimen, they start eating better, eating clean, drinking a lot of water, and then they say, oh, the waist trainer got me snatched. No, bitch, you got you snatched. But they don't want to put two and two together. Does thinning hair just regrow on its own? No. It depends on what the cause was. Hair can, here's the problem. Hair can thin for a million reasons. It can thin due to illness. A bad flu can make your hair thin out. A drastic, like a decrease in caloric intake, a really quick, can make your hair fall out. I've had clients that have had hair fall out because they had bypass surgery, and they're not getting all the nutrients that they normally get. I've had clients lose hair after transplant surgeries, postpartum shedding, stress, medication, blood pressure medication, thyroid medication, HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Like, there's so many medications that women take that make them lose their hair. I had one client that went off her birth control. In 3 weeks, she lost 40% of her hair. And she used to come every week. That's how I noticed it. The first week, I was like, what is... By that second week, I was like, sweetie, you need to go to the doctor. Because this is like, no. Vitamin D deficiency. Right now, this is a time, especially because we're not getting as much sun, this is a time that you're going to see some thinning. Like, if you're not getting enough vitamin D, that can have an effect on it. Pretty much every black woman I know in Seattle has a vitamin D deficiency. We used to tan. Like, we literally would take our black asses to the tanning booths, to the tanning salons, and tan because there's so little sun in Seattle that the little bit that is there, it's not enough for us, right? So it's like we would have sun lamps just because we weren't getting enough. You know, it's not just about, like, thinning has a lot to do with what's going on the inside, right? So there's a lot of things that, you know, sometimes people come to me and they think it's their hair, but it's really their body. And I'll tell them, go to an endocrinologist, go get your hormones checked, go see what your levels are, because that's a quicker solution than us trying to figure out why you're shedding. Okay? Because a little bit of shedding is okay, but when you see a drastic increase, that's something to be worried about, because that can be the telltale signs of like something serious. And so you really want to get that checked out. And I will send a client to the doctor, toot sweet. I mean, I would get your iron levels up. But again, that's something an endocrinologist should tell you. Because here's the thing, in most cases, even for postpartum shedding, once your hormones stabilize, your hair starts regrowing as normal. Unless you're like getting up in age, like I'm 40, oh shit, how old am I? I'm 43. I'm never gonna have my 32-year-old head again. She's gone. There ain't a product out there that'll give me that head back. She's gone. Like, I used to have to wear them big sock scrunchies. It would take me I can use them little white girl scrunchies now, man. The little scoochies, the ones that be like, that head is gone. So, like, I'm not really worried about it, but like, on one hand, there are some things you can do. Like, if you're starting to experience thinning, but be realistic. If you know that, hey, I'm not, I'm over 40, or, hair can start thinning as early as like your early 30s, quiet as it's kept. So it's not, look, I got other stuff to worry about. I'm trying to get my blood pressure down. Like, I'm trying to get my inflammation down because I have fibromyalgia. So I was really worried about this winter, but it doesn't seem like, I don't want to jinx it, but it hasn't been too cold, so I've been okay. But since I've been eating better and stuff, my joints haven't been hurting as bad. I'm not as swollen. So like, I personally, I have to take better care of myself. But taking care of yourself is going to have a good effect on your hair. Your hair and skin and nails are metabolic output, meaning what you put into your body comes out in your hair, skin, and nails. That's why you can look at somebody and be like, "Oh, do you not feel good?" Like, you know how their skin don't look right? And it's like, because it's like your body knows. Like, the body is an amazing thing, but that is why you can drug test somebody based on their hair. Because everything you put into your body comes out in your hair. So if you eat garbage, you don't get a lot of sleep, you don't have a good metabolism, it's going to show in your hair. That's why pregnant women look so gorgeous most of the time, because their health and stuff is going into overdrive. Right? So it's like, that's why their skin looks so amazing. That's why their hair starts to look amazing. Because their body is like revving up. It's like, it's becoming a finely tuned engine because it's got all of this stuff that you have to do. But that's also why pregnant women have to increase their caloric intake as well. Because you need to put good stuff in to get all that good stuff out. Oh, thank you. How do you prolong your hairstyles? I feel like my day 2 wash and go already looks old. If your day 2 looks old, then I would say you didn't put enough product in. Either that or you're over styling. Sometimes people, when they do a wash and go, instead of letting it get big on its own, they do it too much. Your first day wash and go really shouldn't look that great. It should look like a jerry curl. If you want a really long wash and go week, then you have to make sure that you have perfect definition the first day and let it get big on its own. Because the more you touch it and the more you frizz it up, it's not going to last. You have to let it get big on its own. Or you have to, I don't even know if you want it big, but get your definition first and then worry about your volume. But I see a lot of people, first thing, stop towel drying your hair before you do a wash and go. I don't know why y'all do that. Like, you're messing up the curl pattern. And then you're going to end up having to use too much product. So gel does not create curl. Gel holds curl. So if your curl does not look how you want it to look when you put the gel in, you're already starting off wrong. Your hair wet should look how you want it to look when it's dry. So if your hair doesn't look great all soaking wet, it's not, then you need to go back to the drawing board. Does it matter how you dry your hair? Hooded dryer versus diffuser? It depends. I feel like you guys scrunch, which to me, it encourages shrinkage. If you're just holding the diffuser like this, I don't see a problem. I used to air dry. I don't particularly like a hood dryer because it domes it out, which I don't like that look. I like a more organic shape. I like it to look a little wild. So I move it back and forth. But I don't scrunch because scrunching encourages shrinkage. Scrunching is for white girls that don't have no curl. Y'all have curl. So when you're doing this, you're encouraging the hair to get shorter. And that's not what you want. So I feel like in most cases for me, air drying, I get more length. I mean, I'm going to stretch it anyway later, but I feel like when I put heat on it, it draws up too fast. Does that make sense? But again, I'm lazy. So, yeah. That's a lot of work to be drying something that is going to dry on its own. So, but for a wash and go, I don't, you know. We got totally off topic. I was talking about shampooing. Oh, I was so mad. I went to take another COVID test today, and I got to the place and it was closed, but it said that it was supposed to be open. And so then I went to another place and they wouldn't let me test because it said that I had already tested. What? Bronze Diva. I know this is going to sound crazy, but shake like a dog. It'll get a lot of water out. I promise. It'll get so much water out. I know it sounds crazy, but if you like either get in the shower, don't break your neck though, but get in the shower and really shake, it'll get a lot of water out. And your hair will dry a lot quicker. After shampoo and conditioner, what do I use to style my hair? It depends. It depends on how you're going to style it. Like if you're going to do like a twist set, anything. Here's the thing. Gel is a fixative. So if you want your hair to stay like that, use a gel. If you're going to take it down, so a bantu knot out, twist out, braid out, then you need a wrap foam. You need something flexible that is not going to, you need something flexible. So then in an instance like that, I would go for a wrap foam. No, I know that it's unlimited, but they were like, I've taken 3 tests. And the one I took for this week, I still haven't got my results back yet. I got my results 2 weeks ago. And then I was supposed to have a client today. And then I couldn't because I didn't have my test results. So I went again to try to get tested. And then the rapid test, that's only one spot. So I was trying to go to a place close to me. So I went to the one on Barrow. And then by the time I got to the west side, they were closed too. So it's almost like, the ones in the hood, they don't seem to be, but whatever. No, that's not what it means. That's not what it means. Like, retaining moisture, that's not what that means. How quickly your hair dries has no bearing on whether or not your hair has retained moisture. The hair when I talk about porosity and porous hair, I'm talking about chemically treated hair, bleached hair, hair that loses moisture quickly. Okay, because the holes in the hair, the little, what we're talking about, it being porous. Like, okay, so let's say that this is a strand of hair, right? When we talk about low porosity, it might have holes in it, but the holes are very, 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 very small, right? So so maybe the water is leaking out, but it's leaking out very slowly. Now, if we're talking about high porosity, the holes, it might be a lot more holes and the holes will be bigger. So it's going to lose moisture much more quickly. Now, high porosity would be bleached hair, right? Bleached hair loses a lot of moisture, right? So bleached hair, it takes longer to dry. So even when I'm blow drying somebody, the bleached highlights take much longer to dry than their virgin hair or the hair that's just colored. Right? So something like bleaching or relaxed hair is going to have a higher porosity than virgin hair. So that's why I don't want you guys to talk about your hair in terms of porosity, because porosity changes every day. Like, It can change based on the temperature, the humidity, where you live, type of water you have. Do you have well water? Do you have soft water? Do you have hard water? So porosity is literally something that changes like so frequently. It changes so frequently that it is a waste of time to buy products and base your regimen around whether or not you have high or low porosity. How do you know if your hair is well moisturized? If you're shampooing once a week, I'm telling y'all, that's going to be the answer for everything. If you're shampooing once a week, you're well moisturized. Okay? Get out of the idea that your hair is automatically dry. I wish that dry hair was not our default, because it's coming from it puts us in a place of coming from a place of fear, right? So every product that we buy is based on fear. Y'all will get a product and be like, oh, this says for dry damaged hair. Oh, well, I don't want dry damaged hair. Let me buy this. But that's not for you, because you don't have dry and damaged hair, right? If you don't have like bleached hair or, hair that you've been like frying or whatever, then that product is not for you, but you're buying it anyway. Like none of you would ever go and buy Robitussin and be like, I don't want to cough or a cold. Here, let me take this. But y'all do it with hair products all the time. You do it with hair products all the time. Stop thinking that your hair is jacked. Okay? Your hair grows out of your head healthy. You just have to keep it that way. But stop doing so much extra shit. I do not recommend frequent flat ironing, no. And there are some people that they can get flat ironed much more often than somebody like me. I have very fine hair. Me and flat irons don't like each other. Because one, my hair don't even stay straight. By the time I get to the top, the bottom be done swell up. It's like, unless it's 30 degrees, my hair is not going to stay straight. Not to mention I look bald headed when it's straight. But people with coarse hair, they can straighten much more safely than girls with fine hair. But I still don't recommend it. There's some people that can take it, but even the clients that book it a lot, I'll let them know, okay, you're doing too much. Like, this is a lot. This is a lot. Are there any terrible shampoos? Yes. I hate tea tree tingle. I fucking hate it. I hate it like it's a person. I hate it like it's an individual that stole my money. It is garbage. Garbage, garbage. Do I recommend using a clarifying shampoo each week? Here's the thing. If you're not using a heavy ass product and heavy oil, then no, you don't need a clarifying shampoo each week. If you have, if you're heat styling, if you're going to blow dry, then yes, I recommend, just because you want to make sure you get all the oil out of your hair before you put heat to it. But I don't clarify every week. Like, I don't clarify when I shampoo my hair. I do use clarifying shampoo when I wash my braids, though, because I want something that's going to rinse out really easily, and I don't want something like moisturizing or detangling because I don't want it to loosen my braids. I do keratin treatments. They're fine, but again, you got to be careful, because if the heat is too high, you could burn the person's hair. It's not the solution that's problematic. It's the iron, because the solution is temporary, right? I mean, there are some smoothing treatments that are meant to be like on the permanent side, but Brazilian blowout is not one of them. But what happens is that because the hair is so easily blown out, people blow it out themselves at home and straighten it at home and end up with heat damage because it's so easy. It makes it much more easy to straighten and much more easy to blow out for people, for yourself. So what happens is people, they OD on it, and then they end up with heat damage, and they're like, oh, the Brazilian blowout messed up my hair. Nah, sweetie, you messed up your hair. You messed up your hair. And I've been real like cagey about straightening hair lately. I burned 2 of my clients because I had bought a new iron and the thermostat is jacked up. And when you plug it in and you set it, right? You set the temperature. Within about, even now, if I were to plug it in and turn it on within 6 to 7 minutes, like I was timing it, 6 to 7 minutes, the temperature shoots up. Here's the thing. It doesn't even shoot up to like, 450. No, it shot up because the thermostat is what controls the heat. So if the thermostat is jacked up, the iron can go higher than the 450, which is supposed to be the maximum of the iron. So it's like, it was drama. It was drama. Because one thing Jennifer don't do, I don't burn hair. I don't burn hair. I might cuss too much. I be late, but I don't burn hair. Like, I don't do that shit. So, yeah, I was pissed. And then they were like, oh, well, we'll send you. I don't want that iron no more. Like, no. And the thing is, this is like my third set of this particular brand. I've been using this brand for about 5 years now. So I've never had an issue like this. I've never had a problem like this with this brand. But now I'm so scared that it's like, it's hard for me to like bite the bullet on another iron. So I've been using my older iron, which is okay. But I like to replace my irons frequently before they go bad. So like, yeah, I'm real cagey right now, man. Like, I'm real like, you want a roller set? Like, I don't like that. Yup. You can literally just wash your, sure can. Normally, that's what I'm saying. Normally when I straighten, all the curls go back. Is cutting it the only way to fix it? It depends. It depends on how bad it is, for real. It depends on how bad it is. I don't think you need to cut all your hair off, but I mean, like, it just depends. Finger detangling is a waste of time. Not only is it a waste of time, but it's not even effective. And I see a lot of root breakage. I can always tell when somebody finger detangles because they got a whole bunch of root breakage because they're not getting everything. So what ends up happening is that then they end up pulling and the hair breaks. So no, finger detangling is bullshit. Get you a paddle brush, get you something, like get you a wet brush or a bone comb or something like that. Like, I don't believe in wide tooth combs either. They're garbage as well because they don't detangle nothing. Right now, she will be the only one I would safely recommend. I don't trust none of the other ones right now. And then everybody has a different favorite flat iron for different reasons. Like me, I like mine short. I don't like a long flat iron because it's harder to curl. Like, you got to put your elbow up the longer they are. Like, I like, every hairstylist has their own favorite. I prefer ceramic. I'm not a big titanium person. I like a nice short, I like a short barrel because I want it to be efficient. So my barrel matches the width of my comb. So like when I'm flat ironing, I don't have to do small sections. I can do that whole section that's about 2 inches and it's more efficient. It's faster. So I need to make sure that the iron closes properly, that it's flush from start to finish. I hate a cheap iron where you go to close it and only the front part of it closes. I hate that. Like little stuff like that as a professional, I don't like. I don't like the ones that spring open because after a while it's going to give you carpal tunnel. So I like the ones that just open. I don't like them to spring open because you're going to have to use more force to close them. Well, I think that the shampoo brand does matter, but I think something like Main Choice might have oil in it. But I don't want to speak on it because I don't use Main Choice. But it's not that the shampoo brands don't matter. It's that I use professional products. Natural hair care brands aren't professional products. They're not made for professionals. So it's like, I'm not going to use something that is not meant for me in the salon. I use professional products. That's what y'all paying for. Thank you, Green. It's really my favorite. What should we look for in a wrap foam for twist outs? I don't like sticky. There's some that can be really sticky. I don't like sticky. I like something that has a lot of shine. I like Nairobi. It's just easy. It's easy to find. Like, it's not heavy. But I like that it really helps to smooth the cuticle down, which is really important. To me, some of them don't do that. And so you don't get a smooth finish after you dry. Yes, I did. I sure did. I got the tracksuit, I got the fanny pack, and I got the long jacket. And then I got a delivery today from the Black Pack. I got another tracksuit. I finally got some sneakers. I got the bodysuit. And what else did I get? Was that it? I think the tracksuit, the bodysuit, and the high tops. Because, that's all I wear is Adidas. I've been Adidas from A1 from day one. So that's the only, I don't wear no other, like I don't wear Nikes. I did buy one pair of Reeboks because Museum Mammy had a collaboration with them and I bought those. But other than that, I only wear Adidas. For fine hair, I use a wet brush. Like for my coarse okay, hold on a second. Oh my God, I'm sitting too long. Okay. So I'm gonna show y'all what I use. Where's my wet brush? Okay, here we go. Alrighty, people. Okay, so this is what I use in the salon. Okay. Oh. 4 combs. This is my favorite comb. This is a carbon comb. They used to be called bone combs because literally they were made out of bone. They were made out of beef bone. Now they're cheap in plastic if you buy them in the store, and they would just break. So like I have to order these special. It's like carbon. It's heat resistant and it's like really hard, like $15 a piece. Paddle brush. I start everybody with this, and then I move on to this. If they have like normal to coarse hair, we use this, and I'll switch off. So I'll start out combing with this, and then I'll switch to this. Wrap the hair up. Now, if the person has fine hair, this is gonna get caught, and I'm gonna show you why. Okay, so you see this brush, you see how the little balls, they're round. If your hair is too fine, what happens is your fine hair it tangles around that, right? Now, with the wet brush, if you notice, the balls are elongated, right? They're elongated and the wires are much skinnier than this, right? So what happens with fine hair is that this lets go better than this one does. So when you encounter a tangle in the fine hair, it lets it go so it doesn't break the hair, right? It still detangles efficiently, but it doesn't break the hair. Now this will not, because the bristles are so soft, this will not be effective for like somebody with thicker, coarser hair. But this will, right? So you can get efficiently through the hair and safely through like normal to coarse hair with this versus this. But this is not good for fine hair. This is what's good for fine hair, okay? Can someone with 4C have fine hair? Abso-freaking-lutely. When we're talking about stuff like 4C, 3B, all that, I don't like those terms because I feel like it's just another way to grade hair. But I think when we're talking about, if you're trying to describe your curl pattern to me, I think it can be effective. But the size of your curl in no way refers to the size of your hair strand, right? Somebody can have very, very tight curls and have coarse hair. Somebody can have very, very tight curls and have fine hair. Somebody can have very, very thin, coarse hair, and somebody can have very, very thick, fine hair, right? So it's very important to know the difference between texture and type. So texture is whether or not you have fine, normal, or coarse hair, and type is whether or not you have curly, coily, kinky, wavy, straight. That's your type, right? So in order of importance, it's texture first. Everything I do in here is based on the texture of your hair and not your curl size. I don't give a fuck about your curl size. That's like telling your gynecologist you're a Pisces. She don't care and I don't care. Because everything I do in here is going to be based on the texture of your hair and not whether or not your hair is wavy or straight or curly or coily or kinky or whatever. Yes, girls with fine hair that have thick hair, they absolutely can get away with more in terms of styling than like a girl like me with like thinner to medium fine hair, right? They can get box braids, or they can, they might be able to wear their ponytail without jacking up their hair, right? So texture is very important. You got to know your texture. Your curl pattern is irrelevant to me. It really, truly is. Because if you have fine hair, I'm going to use gel, right? I'm going to use gel on you no matter what. It doesn't matter what I'm doing for you. I'm going to do it based on the fact that you have fine hair, or you have coarse hair, or normal hair, or whatever. The only difference that density makes is that density determines how much product I'm going to use, or how many foils I got to put in your hair, or how much product to mix up. So density is just a matter of time and like how long is this process going to take. It's not really, it doesn't, that's the only, how do you determine texture? Think about it like this. Texture is kind of like, it's more characteristics, right? Because like, okay, perfect example. Both me and my sister have fine hair, but her hair is way finer than mine to the point where I can blow her out with a round brush, okay? She also has a looser curl pattern than mine. But we still both have fine hair. Fine hair is basically like, it can be very limp, very soft, doesn't get a lot of volume, burns easily, frizzes easily. Whereas coarse hair, it feels harder. It stays straight longer. It holds a curl pattern. You get a lot of volume. Like you can just blow it out and they automatically get volume. But those girls that, they can do their twist out on Monday and that shit lasts for 7 to 10 days, they probably have coarse hair. Because a fine hair girl is going to frizz in 2 to 3 days. So it's not just about physically looking at the hair and saying, oh, what is this? Because you're literally comparing it to other hair. So it's almost like the process of elimination. Like, how long does your twist out last? So if I were to ask you questions and you say, yeah, my twist outs don't last, or, my hair frizzes easily, and, when I wet it, it kind of disappears, or it like gets really limp, then I'm going to say, okay, you probably have fine hair. But if you tell me like, oh no, my twist outs last all week, or, I rarely get heat damage, or, I can go a long time without a trim, no problem, you probably have coarse hair. So it's more also, it's not just the size, of the hair strand, but it's also about, it's like the characteristics of it. How does your hair behave on any given day? Girl, I wish I had coarse hair too. I got one client, swear to God, I'm not joking. She can come in here, she can come in here in a year. And like, she'll need like maybe half an inch off. Like, seriously? Like, that's just rude. Whereas meanwhile, my assistant trimmed my hair, I swear to God, it was like, 3 weeks ago? And I blew out my hair today, and because I had been wearing it pulled back, like, I was in here trimming today. Like, Rude. But coarse hair coarse hair is the best hair to have. Like if you think about hair like fabric, coarse hair will be Egyptian cotton and fine hair will be silk. You can just do more with cotton. You can just do more. You straighten it, it stays straight. You press it out, it stays nice and crisp. Like you can shampoo it easily and not have to, hand wash it. And it's like fine hair can be annoying because we can't get box braids. We can't do this. We can't do that. Like we have to get our hair trimmed more. So like my fine hair clients come like every 6 to 8 weeks. And then my coarse hair girls, they come every 10 to 12 months. So not only are they spending less money, but they come in less. And they're getting less taken off in most cases. So let's say, let's say me and a client that has coarse hair, and let's say our hair grows at exactly the same rate. And we shave our heads and we start growing our hair out. Her hair is going to get longer faster because for every haircut that she has had, I've had 2 or 3. So her hair is going to be faster, or it's going to be longer faster. Just because she doesn't have to take off as much every time as I do. It's a pain in the ass. That's why most of the time when I do silk presses in here, I pin the hair up. You can't leave. Like you cannot leave with your hair down. Because I don't want to hear it. Oh, it didn't last. No shit. Like in the summertime, I be trying to tell people, I don't know why you're doing this. But some people listen, some people don't. Like I'll tell them to leave it pinned up. And then I'll see them on Instagram with their hair down and now it's frizzing. I told you. You need 24 hours of it at least pinned up. That's why I always have it so cold in here, because since we're in the basement, it can get humid. So I have to make sure that there's no humidity in here when I'm straightening. Otherwise, it's like you can damage the hair like that because you're straightening over, you straighten it as it's swelling up. You don't want to do that. So that's why I have it always so freezing in here. But most of the time I try to tell people, like, sweetheart, if it's over 75 degrees and it's over like 65% humidity, your hair is going to swell if you don't keep it pinned up. How long we've been on here? Because I just don't want it to click off. It's saying now that it'll automatically save it, but no, if you just, I would maybe like put some wrap foam in it just to make your styling easier. But no, you don't need a leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioners are bullshit. Sorry. The only time I use a leave-in conditioner is when I wash these, because I don't want to use a regular conditioner because these shits will slide right out. So I'll use a spray, a leave-in conditioner. I'll shampoo with clarifying shampoo, and then I'll use a spray leave-in conditioner, and that's it. But that's a very special circumstance. But leave-in conditioner is not a thing. And I'm going to tell you why. If you have just conditioned your hair, it's conditioned. You cannot layer conditioner. You can't bank conditioner. You cannot put conditioner in your hair for Thursday on Monday. So if you just conditioned your hair, why are you now using a leave-in conditioner? You're wasting product, because the hair absorbs conditioner. It absorbs what it needs and the rest is rinsed away. So you putting leave-in conditioner on your hair now, you're just wasting product and you're jacking up the efficacy of your styler. So I do not recommend leave-in conditioners. What about oil in toddlers' hair? Toddlers still need to get shampooed, but you can trim your own toddler's hair, but I definitely recommend they have a comprehensive professional haircut by the age of 3. Because by that time, sometimes even before that, because by that time, you trying to comb their hair with 3-year-old ends is very painful. Imagine your hair going 3 years without a trim and somebody combing through it. So I recommend that a toddler gets a good trim at least by the age of 3. If they have really thick, long hair, maybe earlier than that. But I mean, you could, trim the ends of your toddler's braids. That can be, fine. But a little oil won't hurt because of you don't want them to get lice. So if they are in daycare and they're school age, that's the only time I recommend oil. I recommend oil for school age children and teachers because it absolutely prevents lice infestation, which is the original reason we was putting oil and petroleum jelly in our hair in the first place. It was a grooming ritual because we used to lay on animal straw and work in the fields. And so to prevent us, because we weren't allowed to bathe frequently, so to prevent lice and tick and flea infestation and chigger infestation, we used to put petroleum oil or kerosene in our hair. Petroleum oil is very flammable. And it used to blow up. It used to blow up in the shipyards, used to blow up on the docks. So what did they do? They put it in a more stable form. They made petroleum jelly. So then we started putting the petroleum jelly, i.e. Vaseline, i.e. grease in our hair. That is why we as African Americans used oils and grease in our hair. Then when we started pressing it, the oils and the grease, it repelled moisture. It kept the moisture out of our hair so that our press would last longer. That's why I don't understand why y'all swear up and down that grease moisturizes when literally the ads for these products say they repel moisture. Just saying. Just saying. But like I said, lice like clean hair. They do not like oil. They do not like heavy petroleums and greases. That is why black people didn't get lice in school. It has nothing to do with the shape of our hair strands. None of that bullshit. It has to do with the fact that our hair was fucking dirty. Okay. So, and the petroleum and stuff, it suffocates the louse. It suffocates them. So I do recommend it for, sorry y'all. I do recommend it for school age children or anybody that's going to be around kids. I will tell you this though. When I lived in Washington, fuck, like twice a week somebody would come in the salon with lice. Grown ass people. Twice a week. I am not exaggerating at all. The entire time that I worked in Washington State, every week somebody would come in with lice. And see, what they would do, they know that they can't get their hair done. You legally cannot operate in every state. You cannot operate on somebody if they have a lice infestation. There's certain procedures that you have to go through once you discover that they have lice. First thing you do, you got to take that cape off and put it in the laundry and get them out of your chair and out the salon. Then you have to steam everything. You have to barbicide everything. Everything that everybody had on has to be like washed in hot water, but you have to get them out of there. So what they would like to do is what they try to do is they come in and they want you to cut their hair off, knowing that they have lice. So what they'll do is they'll come in with their hair in a ponytail and be like, oh, cut the ponytail. When really, you're supposed to examine the client's head every time because you're looking for abrasions, you're looking for ringworm, you're looking for, scabies, you're looking for stuff. That's why we be going through your hair. We're not just checking, we looking to see if you got something. And they were like, oh, no, just cut the ponytail because I need you to cut the ponytail because I'm going to donate it. And girl, you cut that ponytail off and then you see all these little, Nah, girl. Ugh. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on in Washington State. But swear to God, twice a week. We actually had like a lice bag. We had a lice bag. Like we would have to take off our aprons and everything and like Thoughts on deep conditioner? It's all right. I'm not like, I don't push it because most of my clients have healthy hair. So I'm not a big, deep conditioner is restorative. It's not preventative, right? So I know a lot of people deep condition before, like, oh, I'm going to go get my hair straight. Let me deep condition. No, because most deep conditioners, they like if you do a moisturizing deep conditioner, you're putting too much moisture in the hair, your hair is going to frizz. If you do a protein conditioner, it makes the hair hard and it makes the hair hard to straighten. So you don't get a really smooth finish. So a deep conditioner is for damaged hair. If you don't have damaged hair, you don't need to be deep conditioning. And that's my professional opinion. Some of y'all do it out of habit. Like, put the conditioner in, shave your legs, and rinse it out. Like, you don't need to be spending no 30 minutes every week deep conditioning your hair. I would see a professional every time you need your hair trimmed. Most of my clients, I only see when it's time for their trim. This is not a hair styling salon. Like, I wouldn't even classify it as a styling salon. I would say maybe I only have 4 or 5 clients that come frequently to get blown out. All the rest of my clients, I only see when it's time for their haircut. I only see when it's time for their haircut. So I don't even consider this like a styling salon. This is a hair care salon. My clients come in to get professional care and then they do the rest of their stuff at home. How to cut curly hair at home? Don't. Like, don't. I went to school for this. Like hair cutting is like 12 weeks of school. You can't cut your hair at home. Like that's not even something I could tell you how to do. There are 3 things I don't recommend people do at home: cut, color, and straighten. That's what I do. That's what you pay me to do. I don't tell people how to do that at home because I don't think you should do it at home. How to protect our hair when we get sew-ins and closures. 1, don't OD on the time that you leave them in. 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks tops. Please don't leave in no weave no longer than no 8 weeks. Please. And wash your damn hair. Wash your freaking hair. Do not get a sew-in and don't shampoo your hair. You are asking for hair loss. You are asking, you are begging, you are praying for hair loss if you go 2 months without shampooing your hair and you got to weave in. I personally don't like the really dense weave caps because I feel like enough oxygen doesn't get to the scalp. I don't like those braids I don't like the type of braids where you can't see the scalp. It's just braids. So how are you shampooing? Like, you don't even have access to your scalp. If you have dermatitis, seborrheic dermatitis, or some kind of scalp issue, you should not have a net. You should have access to your scalp at all times. Frequent shampooing and conditioning, making sure that your braids are dry, like when you're styling. But 6 to 8 weeks, maybe take it out sooner if your hair grows fast. Because once your hair is 1 inch long, you got to take that weave out. Because at this point, your hair is locking. Once that 1 inch, once it starts moving back and forth, it's time to take that out. 6 to 8 weeks for braids too. Yeah, because by that time your hair is about to be 1 inch long. And once your hair is 1 inch long, that's when it starts breaking. So like at this point, when you have 6 to 8 inches of regrowth, not 6 to 8 inches, excuse me, 6 to 8 weeks, your braids start doing this. It starts turning. And just like when you do a paper clip like this, eventually it breaks. That's what happens. So what I see sometimes is people start pulling them braids back to make them neater. And you can just see, like, that hair ain't gonna last long. So if your hair grows really fast, like even for me, I can't leave these in long because my hair does grow fast. But also, by the time, once I start shampooing, my braids get looser and then they, stuff starts to slide. So once 4 weeks hits, I got to switch these up because I already got like a half an inch to almost an inch of new growth. So at that point, I'm gonna start seeing breakage. Me too. I haven't worn a weave in like 20 years. Maybe not 20. I started wearing wigs like nobody was wearing wigs, man. Nobody. It had to be like 15 years. Because, excuse me, I had a stroke years ago and I couldn't do my own hair. So I had to do my hair in front of me. So what I would do is I would do wigs because that way I could style my hair and then put it on my head. I didn't have to have my arms up. So it just got easy. It just became easier for me. And then with the wig, even when I would sew it on, I would take it off. And I never did I did closures, but I never did a lace front, like a full frontal. I never did lace fronts. I would take my wig off, shampoo it, put it on the dolly, dry it, shampoo my braids, sit under the dryer, and then curl my wig, put it back on, and be done for the week. That's how I used to do my hair. The only time I didn't sew it on is like when my wigs got longer, like my 36 inch, you can't sleep in that. So I put that on every day. Yeah, I had the blonde last month. I had blonde. And you know what's funny? These are the queens, but they're not the same. They are not the same. They're not as big as the other ones, and they should have gave me more because the other ones were really big, and now I feel like I don't have enough. So I'm going to have to either order some because I feel like, I don't like that. It's like I got a big old spot back here. They do get big, but these are much smaller than the other ones. The other ones were really fat, and so they had a lot of surface area. So I felt like you didn't need as many. But these are like, I should have ordered another one. But if I had known it was going to be this small, I would have ordered another one because I like it full. But now I got to order, I'm annoyed. That kind of stuff annoys me. Like, they do get bigger, but I got spaces back there, man. What styler do you put on your hair before blow drying? Cheese Silk Infusion. For 20 years. That's what I use. I don't use nothing else. Cheese Silk Infusion. That's it. Maybe the Cheese Silk Infusion keratin. But the only reason I don't buy the keratin is because it doesn't come in the 12 ounce. It only comes in like the little one. And I need a big one. So that's the only reason. But I like the keratin one. I like the way it feels a little bit more. It has a little more heft to it. And I like the smell. But Cheese Silk Infusion. Is wrapping your hair at night necessary? Yes. I prefer bonnets. Or, you can use a scarf. Some people ask me, oh, but I have a silk pillowcase. Yeah, but you're still rubbing. So even though it's silk, you're still rubbing, your hair is still rubbing against it. So I would prefer a bonnet. How do you find good wigs outside of the U.S.? Girl, I couldn't tell you. You're going to have to ask somebody outside the U.S. But I mean, the London girls got some good ones now. How do I wash my braids? I was going to do a video. Here's the thing. When I shampoo these, I'll do a video. But I use a squirty bottle, a squirt bottle. I put about an inch of shampoo, fill up the rest with warm water, shake it up, go right down the middle. Go right down, right down, right down. Let it sit for a little bit. Massage, massage, massage. Rinse it out, and then I'm done. I spray on some leave-in, and I'm done. Does silk or satin matter? No, nah. I will say satin is probably hotter for those of you, for those of us of a certain age where that matters. Satin is absolutely hotter at night than silk is. Because most of the time satin is polyester satin, so it don't breathe. So you might want to get a natural fabric. I use Eco Styler and Nairobi wrap foam. When the Eco Styler is too heavy, like say the person's hair is fine, I just dilute it. I'll just take a tablespoon of gel and add about quarter cup of water and just whip it up, and it just expands and it becomes a much lighter hold, but I still get the definition I want. Do I wear, you know what? With these, yes, because these get kind of janky kind of quick because they're so soft. But normally with my regular boho locks, I don't. I just go to bed. Yeah, let's go to bed. But I mean, wearing a bonnet keeps them cleaner. But since I also wash them, like I have to wash them. I have a dog. So, like, you know. But I don't, how long have we been on here? They just letting us rock? Because normally it's an hour, ain't it? Nairobi. It's Nairobi wrap foam. You can find it at any beauty supply. They probably got it locked up. I feel like they just letting us rock or something, because I know it's been more than an hour. Because normally they kick us off. Oh, word? For certain accounts? Oh, I feel special. Nah, because normally at like, you know, I'll talk this whole shit up. But I do got to get home to my puppy, though. Boop, 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 boop. I had to water my plants and pick up my mail because I haven't been here for like 2 weeks. Here's the thing. You don't need 2 shampoos. I just use 2 shampoos. Because here's the reason why. Moisturizing shampoos soften, but they aren't great cleansers, right? So I use a clarifying shampoo to get rid of all the oil and dirt and product and everything. And then I use a moisturizing shampoo to smooth the cuticle down and soften the hair. Okay. Now for me, when did I wash my hair? I washed my hair a couple of days ago and I put gel in it to pull my hair back. Not a lot of gel, but you know. So this morning when I shampooed my hair, I used regular shampoo because I didn't have a lot of gel in it. So it was able to rinse out, clean, whatever. So I shampooed. I didn't have to use clarifying shampoo. But if I had done like a bun and like really put gel in, I definitely would have wanted to clarify because I was going to blow my hair out. Like I use heat. So sometimes like if you don't, sometimes you just got to clarify because it just don't get clean. Like I never run out of clarifying shampoo. I always have some. I always make sure I have some. But they do 2 different things, right? So think about like the clarifier, you're sweeping, and then the softening, the moisturizing, you're mopping, right? So, but if you're shampooing often, you don't need to clarify. So like if you're doing, if you're using water-based products, like wrap foam or gel, and you're shampooing frequently, you shouldn't have to clarify. Oh, you're welcome. Everybody can use Olaplex. It's not just for colored hair. It's great for colored hair because of what it does, but everybody can use Olaplex. Olaplex is a bond reformer. So not to get too technical, but there's two types of bonds in the hair, right? You got a disulfide bond and a hydrogen bond. Now, what happens is, like, when you break that, one of those bonds, what happens is every time you're combing, pulling back your hair, naturally these bonds break, right? And over time, enough of them break, so now your hair is weaker, so now your hair breaks. So what Olaplex does is it permanently restores those bonds so your hair doesn't break. So they don't get weak, right? So normal everyday combing, brushing, shampooing, all of that stuff, it's no longer giving you the normal wear and tear that all of that stuff normally does. So that's what Olaplex does. It is not a conditioner and it's not a protein treatment. So if you think about a protein treatment of being like the cast that you would put on a broken leg, Olaplex would be like maybe the HCG that your doctor gives you to like help your bones get stronger from the inside. They're very different. They're very, very different. Protein is something you use after the damage is done, and Olaplex is something you use to prevent the damage. And it's very effective. Like when I used to bleach my hair, bleach would literally relax my hair. My hair would be straight. That shit would look like 613 1A. When I started bleaching with Olaplex, I was able to maintain my curl pattern with just a little bit of loosening. So I was still able to have like my curls, but still have the color, the bleach that I want. Like I told you guys, I don't try new shit. I do not. But Olaplex has literally been a game changer with regards to professional hair care, because it allows us to, now we can bleach relaxed clients. We can color more with relaxed clients. You can do more because the hair has its integrity. So you can use it on, we use it during relaxers. Like when I neutralize, I use it. Excuse me. But now, so many other companies are coming up with the kind of products that are similar. Like now, I don't even have to put Olaplex in my lightener anymore. The lightener comes with a bond reformer in it. So whereas you used to lose curl when you bleach, it doesn't do that anymore because now the new products have the bond reformer already in it. Here's the thing. I'm not afraid of sulfates. There are a lot of great shampoos that have sulfates in them, but they're much gentler now, right? And the truth is, y'all don't shampoo enough to be worried about sulfates. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but for y'all to be worried about sulfates is ridiculous. Y'all don't even shampoo enough. Like, sulfates is something that somebody that shampoos every day should be worried about, but once a week, nah. Here's the thing, I don't like recommended products to y'all. Mainly because I don't want y'all going out and buying more shit. Like, finish what you have, and then, like, you know, I like Redken, I like Paul Mitchell, I like Olaplex, Cream of Nature. Like, I'm always going to tell you those. Like, I'm not a product snob. There are professional products I hate and drugstore products I love. Like, I love Aussie 3-Minute Miracle. Great conditioner. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be, I use professional products because I'm a professional, right? And they don't have a lot of oil in them. Like, I don't want you using like stuff with a lot of oil in it, but Cream of Nature is fine. Like, so if you want bigger Redken bottles, then JCPenney got the liters. They always got liters. And they always got like a 2 for $22 sale. Ulta does too. Ulta usually has a sale on. It is so cold in here. Biolage is good too, because I used to work at JCPenney, so Biolage is fine. Matrix. Just get the moisturizing shampoo and conditioner. You're fine. It don't have to say natural on it. Like, it really doesn't. Yeah, you know what? Care does have a good clarifying shampoo. What was was it that I didn't like about First Lather? You know what? I don't even think it was the availability. It's like when I would go to order it, they wouldn't have it. And after a while, that just gets old. So for me, I get a Quantum clarifying shampoo. You can get it at Sally's, but I get it from Marlo Beauty. But at Sally's, wait until they have it, because what they'll do is it'll either be buy one, get one free in the liter, or buy one, get one free in the gallon. So if you buy one, get one free with the gallon, it's $25 for both. And then for the liter, I think it'll be like 2 for $11. And honestly, that shit should last you, if you buy the gallon, that should last you a good year. Or if you get, you can buy the gallon and then just get the pump. They sell the little pumps. But it's a very gentle clarifier. Like, I don't like some of the ones that have mint in them, because some of those, they mess up the cuticle too bad. Like, they're too harsh. But Quantum isn't. It's not it's a nice, gentle shampoo. But here's the thing. You still got to follow with a moisturizing shampoo. Never use a clarifier by itself. Even First Lather will tell you, do not use this without using hydrating detangling shampoo. So you never want to use a clarifier by itself. It makes the cuticle too rough. And then you're going to end up with like tangles, and it's just not going to be good. It's just not going to be good. I'm sitting here thinking about these boho locks. I'm annoyed. Like, I'm gonna email them and be like, yeah, so these are not the same, and there weren't enough in the package, because I'm pretty sure that the last time I did these, my head wasn't shaved. Like, my head was shaved on the side, but I still, like, it's not enough. Like, now I got a big head, so I'm usually like just getting there, but no, I'm like, Why can't you go from clarifier to conditioner? Because you can't. Because it doesn't soften the hair, it just cleanses. And you need something to soften that hair. You need something to smooth it down. No, don't mix the clarifier and moisturizing shampoos. No, do not. It doesn't work that way. Should you be shampooing twice with 2 different shampoos? Nah, that's too much. The whole point of the clarifier is so that you only have to shampoo twice. So it gets the hair clean. If you really want your hair clean, that's why I apply clarifying shampoo to dry hair. Because it gets the hair much cleaner than if you wet the hair first. Is there a Redken shampoo you prefer? Yes, Redken All Soft. Redken All Soft and Redken All Soft Mega. Those are my favorites. If I had to pick a shampoo that I could only use for the rest of my life, I would say it would be Redken All Soft. Because it's great on everybody's hair. It softens coarse hair, but it doesn't weigh down fine hair. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of people are being misled. I think that, unfortunately, the money is in the medicine. Okay, Chris Rock said that. The money is in the medicine. So people always ask me all the time, oh, why don't you do a YouTube channel? Because I'd only have 4 videos. Everything I need y'all to know could be in 4 videos. I wouldn't have nothing to say after that. Like, there are a lot of new people here today, but my older viewers and older followers and clients and stuff, they've heard all this shit before. This is just like me, like, getting the new people up to speed. But they've heard all this shit before. There's only, like, the facts are the facts. Like, I'm not the person to show you a new way to twist out or a new way to do this, a new way to do that, because that's noise. I'm going to show you how to shampoo your hair. I'm going to show you how to blow dry. I'm going to show you how to detangle. I'm going to show you how to do a wash and go. And that's it. There's not really much to tell y'all after that, because that's all you need to know. The truth of the matter is, when we're in beauty school, we learn 3 haircuts. And then you learn how to mix those haircuts up. Okay? It's like cooking. You learn how to fry, you learn how to boil water, and you learn how to saute. And then you mix all that up to create something else. But it's like all you need to know to have healthy hair can be in one little, like, you know what I mean? It ain't a lot. Like, I tweeted 5 things to have healthy hair in one tweet. And that's all you got to do. There's a lot of people that's like, no, but yeah, that's all you have to do. Like, they want it to be hard, right? Sometimes people don't want the simple answer. They don't want the simple answer because the simple answer takes away the dream, right? So if somebody comes to me and says, what can I do to make your hair thicker? And I say nothing, they don't want to hear that shit. They would much rather go listen to the person that's going to tell them to put rotten rice on their head or Cambodian breast milk or go bury some jaws in the yard. Anything that's going to give them some hope that they can thicken their hair. They don't want to hear the fast answer. They don't want to hear the fast, real answer. I don't see how anybody can do a wash and go from dry hair. How is that a wash and go? Your hair should be soaking wet. If you're twisting your hair after washing and condition, I would absolutely use a gel foam. Yeah, pencil chaser. I'm going to tell you right now, like, I'm not into that. Like, I'm not into the, like, complicated ass routines. We don't do that up in here. I don't even subscribe to it. Like, gimmicks and, like old wives' tales and all that. We don't do that in here. I do simple hair care. Starting with shampoo your damn head. Before I recommend anything, the first thing I want to know is how often do you shampoo your hair? Because 99.9% of the problems that y'all have with y'all hair is because you don't shampoo enough. The dryness, the split ends, the tangling, the shedding, like the dull, like y'all talk about, oh, I need oil because my hair is not shiny. How often you shampoo it? Oh, once a month. Of course your hair is dull. It's nasty. The answer is always simple. It's always simple. Is dry detangling fine? I don't know, because it depends on how you're detangling. Like, I need to know, like, are you about to shampoo? Like, why are you, like, what's the process? Like, Nairobi. That's the rap phone. Nairobi. But there's plenty out there. Cream of Nature got one. Jane Carter got one. You can use Paul Mitchell extra volume mousse if you want to. How to clean and disinfect combs and brushes. Oh, girl, you can Google that. You can just Google that. I'm gonna be honest. I personally don't understand why people go that long without shampooing. Because I'm like, can't you smell your hair? Like, not for nothing, but when I'm working, I tie these back. Like, I'll tie them like this. When I take my hair down, I can smell it. And this is synthetic. Like, this is not human hair. So if I can smell my scalp after a couple of days, I know y'all fucking can. I know your significant other can. And you mean to tell me you going 2 weeks without shampooing and you think your hair don't stink? I'm here to tell you it absolutely does. And I've been doing this long enough where I can literally, I can be on public transit and I can smell somebody's hair. Somebody can be, a natural can be walking by me and I can smell her hair. I can smell if it's dirty or not. And honestly, when your hair is dirty and you keep putting product on it, you keep putting that coconut smelling, sweet smelling shit on it, I don't know if you have ever smelled a decomposing animal before, but that's exactly what it smells like. It's a very sweet, sickly, like dirty smell. Like, honestly, like some of y'all are walking around and your hair smell like earring backs. And it's not okay. You are too grown for that. Like there's no way that your man don't smell that. There's no way you don't smell that. I can't, like, for real, that's really the only time that, like, and my regulars kind of know. They don't come in here, like, if, say, for instance, they have braids in and they know that they didn't wash within a week, they don't come in here with dirty hair. I am not one of those stylists where I'm like, come washed, but you know not to come nasty. Because I'm a hairstylist. I'm not hazmat crew. I think it's very disrespectful, like, for people to come in with nasty hair. Like, that's not what I do. Like, a week, 10 days, maybe. But 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you coming in here, like, I have an actual extra charge on my menu for extremely soiled and dirty hair. You will pay extra for that because it's extra time and it's extra product. And I'm just pissed. That's like going to the gyno without washing your ass. The head is a nasty, nasty, nasty thing. There's a reason they cover your hair when you go into surgery. There's a reason that when you go to have a C-section or they cover your hair. And for most surgeries, they give you a shampoo to use on your damn head. There's no excuse. It's no excuse. My clients already know. I'm gonna wash their hair again, but they know not to come in here with like a month-old head. They know. They know. It really stinks. It really stinks. Like, I think sometimes people be nose blind to it. But if you've ever taken down your hair, taken down a bun or something, you know your hair stinks. Stop trying to claim it doesn't. Don't sit here and tell me, oh, well, my hair smells like, no, your hair stinks. If you have not washed your hair in 2 weeks, it fucking stinks. Grown ass women shampooing 2 times a month. And then you want to be mad at white girls because they don't wash their legs. Fuck out of here, man. My religion makes me wash my hair. Dirty hair does not grow fast. You lucky you got some hair. Bismillah. You lucky you got some hair. Oh, come on. Why do they make these so hard to get into? I've been telling y'all to wash your damn hair for 10 years. Before you schedule an appointment for a trim, before you buy another product, before you add something to your regimen, before you even take something out of your regimen. Start shampooing your hair more. And come here and try to tell me, or get on this internet, in Beyonce's internet, and try to tell me that your hair don't feel better. And I will call you a liar to your face. You know damn well your shit feels better. I posted something 3 days ago, and somebody came and was like, I did it how you said, and oh my God, I cut my time in half just from her combing out her hair before she shampooed. Because now her hair is not tangly because all the old hair is gone. Oh, thank you. I'm eating these because I really want some maduros, but they're good, but I want some maduros. Why are you using a hyaluronic acid serum for your scalp? If you're a teen, I might suggest like going to a beauty school or something, because you need trims. Everybody needs trims. Everybody. And yes, it will affect the health of your hair, because dry ends, most of the time when y'all think y'all have dry hair, you have dry ends. You haven't had a trim in a while. And so dry ends actually do leach out moisture. So your hair doesn't hold the moisture that it could if you had fresh ends. It can make tangling worse, split ends, fairy knots, all of that. So you want to stay on top of your trims. If budget is an issue, I would maybe check out like a beauty school or something. But I don't really have like a way to trim at home, because I try not to even do my own. I try not to trim my hair. The only reason I've been trimming my hair is because I haven't been home. When I go home, my sister trims my hair. Or when I was working with Liz would trim my hair or something like that. I very rarely trim my own hair. Like, now that I have an assistant, I had her do it the other day, but I don't trim my own hair. What kind of scabs? What are the scabs from? Okay, so when you think about detangling before you shampoo, don't think about detangling, because it's almost like you'll do too much. Think about it as de-shedding, right? So you're not really trying to comb your hair out. You're trying to get rid of old hair. So you can just take like let's say if you have like if your hair is a twist out, and it's something you can kind of combing through is fine. But if it's like a wash and go, you don't want to brush that because it's got gel in it. So you can just take your hands and like try to get the old hair out. You know, just get in there and get all that old hair out. And then you're constantly doing that as you're shampooing. Okay? So don't think of it as detangling. Think of it as de-shedding. Because you don't have to do a full-blown detangle before you shampoo. You're welcome. I wouldn't recommend it. The reason I wouldn't recommend giving yourself a trim is because y'all really it's not gonna be effective. Y'all either gonna not cut off the right amount, or you're gonna cut off too much, or you're just gonna jack up your hair. And y'all probably don't have hair scissors at your house, so you're probably gonna use something that's gonna chew up your ends. I can't believe this thing is going on and on and on. Where are you that you're in lockdown? I keep like, I kind of been, so I just started to where everybody has to have a COVID test to come in. And I've been doing the COVID test or whatever. But I've been trying, like, I took off online booking for like the next 30 days because I don't want people to book so far out, because I don't know what they're going to do week to week. But I can tell you pretty much, they're not going to shut us down again, because they're not trying to give us no more money. So they just like, okay, y'all little rats, go out there and do what you're going to do. If you die, you die. It's a fucking shame. If they had paid everybody to stay home, we could have been knocked this out. Of course, motherfuckers going to weddings and baby showers and parties and shit. Like, sometimes people don't believe fat meat is greasy. In fucking Toronto, y'all getting like $2,500 a month per person and shit. Like, Canada up there giving y'all drug money. I'm like, that ain't even right. Quote unquote richest country in the world, and they gave us $1,200 for like 8 months. And then these Democrats sitting here talking about we got to pay for the transition. Suck a whole fat one. I'm not giving y'all nothing. I voted against Donald Trump. I didn't vote for Joe Biden. After the new year, it's like I'm trying to train new people to take new clients, but I'm not taking any new clients. I'm trying to train people. Nope. With frequent washing comes shrinkage. Hopefully your hair shrinks every time you put water on it. I'm telling you right now, if your hair is tangling because of shampooing, it's because of how you're shampooing. You need to work on your shampoo technique. I got a video. It's online. If you found me from Twitter, there's a video. I have it pinned on my Twitter account. Go watch that video. My client's hair don't be tangled after I shampoo. Candace Owens need to be worried about her fucking hair. And her husband digging down her brother. It's like, okay, be a Republican, but why your hair gotta look jacked? Freaking ends look like rats been sucking on it. Heat training is just heat damage. Done on purpose. That's all it is. She like it, I love it. I'm sitting here eating these, but I really want some ice cream. I really do. Like, yo, like, sometimes I like, now here's the thing. This is why I don't recommend that, because I don't like y'all shampooing your hair in twists. That's how you lock your hair. That's why I don't recommend that. That's why I didn't say that. Washing your hair and twist, that's how you lock hair. So if she's having problems tangling, why would you recommend that she twist her hair up and then shampoo it? Is heat once a week okay? It depends. I wouldn't recommend it though. Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Yeah, that's okay. What's your favorite ice cream? Okay. That's a good question. And I'm going to tell you. And they don't have it out here. It's a brand in the Pacific Northwest called Tillamook. And they got one called, I think it's called Blue Huckleberry. It's like got like a cheesecakey, like it's like cheesecakey, and then it's got like the blue huckleberries in it. I think about it alone at night when I'm by myself. I think ice cream is like, okay. Now here's the thing. I watched a documentary on this. The reason everybody likes ice cream is because it literally has all of the four profiles, flavor profiles that we all like. It has the salt, it has the sugar, it has the fat, and then there was something else that it has. I can't think of the third one, but it has all of them. So it has the saltiness in it, the sweet, and that fat. I love ice cream. And you know what? Me and my mom like it like in weather like this. I don't really like it when it's hot. We like it when it's cold. I love me some ice cream. Thankfully, they now have, because me and dairy don't get along. But now they have, even, I don't mind a sorbet. Like I'll do Talenti mango or something like that. But the place next door, they got vegan ice cream. There was a place over on Grove. It used to be called Cherry Pick, but it closed. And I used to get these two together. It was a chai coconut, and then it was chai tea and then a chili coconut. So the coconut was spicy. So what I would do is you would put the coconut on top and then put the chai tea underneath. So by the time you get finished and your mouth is all hot, now you got that chai tea and that, baby. I love me some ice cream. I do. Do I like peanut butter? Like, okay, hold on. Yeah, I like ice cream. Because these ain't doing it. I'm telling you that right now. Why am I sitting here with y'all like I ain't got a house to go to? I'm gonna fuck around and be stuck out here because Ubers don't come like they used to. One time I got stuck here. If I was a guy, I could have walked home, but you know what? But there was this ice cream, and I still remember the flavor I had. It was rum raisin, and it was in Toronto, in the brewery district. Jeffries. Is it Jeffrey's? You know how when you get some ice cream and then you leave and then you mad you didn't get more? Like, I had finished the cone and then I was mad I didn't get more. I went to Toronto like 4 or 5 years ago and I still remember that damn ice cream. Tropics in Brooklyn. Is that a ice cream spot? Man, look. I like ice cream. Funny enough, though, I hate ice cream sandwiches. My nephew loves them. I hate them. I've always hated them. Because I don't like bread and ice cream together. I hate a fucking ice cream cake. That is an abomination. Not only do I hate an ice cream cake, I hate cake and ice cream together. Do not put my ice cream on my cake. Don't put it on the same plate. If you work out 5 times a week, you should absolutely be shampooing more than once a week. Okay, when I did used to work out, this is how I would do. I used to wear, okay, so Monday and Tuesday we had boot camp. Wednesday I had shampoo. Thursday, Friday we had boot camp. And then Friday I had shampoo. So, excuse me. So that meant that I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday I had shampoo. But yeah, I had to shampoo twice. And so what I would do is I would wrap my hair up and make sure that I was wicking away as much sweat. One thing that you want to do, don't let that sweat dry in your head. Get a paper towel, get some kind of towel, get anything to wick to try to absorb as much sweat off of your scalp, but don't let it dry in your hair. So if you can't shampoo, at least try to get the sweat off. But I'm going to tell you right now, them whole bath hair products, they don't work. I've seen them and ew. Like, that's a whole bath. Like, no. You cannot, like, fake a shampoo. Like, dry shampoo is visual. Like, that's not a, that's to make your hair, that's to keep your hair from looking greasy. It don't absorb grease. It doesn't clean the hair. Dry shampoo is not a cleansing product. It's a styling product. It's meant to add texture to straight hair, and it's meant to absorb, like, and dull the greasiness of the hair. But it's not cleaning nothing. It's not freshening nothing up. Yeah, what I would do is, like, when I would work out, even when I had my wash and go, what I would do is I had my stocking cap, and we used to work out early in the morning, and I would literally fold it down so it would be a headband, right? As soon as I get home, I take the headband off and switch to a clean one, right? So all of this is wet now, so I take the headband off and switch to a clean one. You got to get that sweat off. And they have, like, I know, what's her name? Nicole Ari Parker has one, a headband that soaks up the sweat. Get that. Wash it for the next day. Hang it up to dry for the next day. But get that sweat off your head. You'll be helping yourself. Because even if you can't shampoo, this will at least help mitigate the damage that you're doing by not shampooing. Yeah, it's not a real, hey Joelle, it's not a real thingy. Yeah, the gym wrap. Excuse me. It's so cold in here. This weather don't know what it want to do. Okay. Just a couple more questions, guys, and then I got to get out of here. I'm in Jersey City. Do I co-wash? No. Not anymore. Like, my co-wash, it wasn't a co-wash. Like, I wasn't co-washing. I was redoing my hair. I was redoing my hair. So, like, let's say I shampoo on Monday. And let's say Wednesday, Thursday, my wash and go is looking tired. I'll just wet my hair, rinse out that gel, put some conditioner in it, and redo my hair. But I wasn't trying to co-wash. I just wasn't trying to shampoo. That's the difference. I didn't think I was cleaning my hair. I was just redoing my shit. But co-washing, again, it's a styling option. It's not a maintenance option. Co-washing is literally like bathing with lotion. You cannot get mold and mildew and yeast and bacteria and germs out of your hair with conditioner. Excuse me. Conditioner deposits. It does not lift. It's not designed to lift. It's designed to smooth and encapsulate the hair and everything that is on the hair. That is why you condition clean hair. You cannot condition dirty hair. It's not a thing. If you do a twist out and you want less shrinkage, then blow your hair out first. If you want more definition and a longer styling result, do it wet. It just depends on what you prefer. One thing that I usually recommend, like let's say you do a twist out, what I would recommend, let's say you want definition and you want to minimize shrinkage, braid your hair, then put your wrap foam on. Because what'll happen is, because your hair is now already stretched, like let's say you do flat twist, you can do your flat twist dry, then put your wrap foam on, and you'll get the hold and the definition without all of that shrinkage. Just make sure that your hair dries. So sit under the dryer. I don't know why y'all don't sit under the dryer. Wrap foam is not designed to air dry. It's designed to be used with heat. So you get a much longer lasting set and a shinier set when you use the product as directed. An overnight dry is not a thing. That's like that's like folding up wet socks and putting them in your drawer and then being like, why isn't it dry in the morning? Of course it's not dry. What do you think about texturizers for us natural girls? A texturizer is a relaxer. It's not a mild relaxer. It's a relaxer. A texturizer would be based on, like, the strength of texturizer would literally be based on your texture. So here's the thing. Even texturizers on fine girls is going to straighten your hair. And a texturizer, every time you do it, it's going to come out different. Every time. So eventually your hair will get straight. If you want to reduce your curl pattern, I would actually recommend a keratin treatment versus a texturizer. Because at least with a keratin treatment, you can, control your heat. And you, based on like what brand you use, you can determine like how, like, do you want to defrizz or do you want to straighten? So like when I had a keratin treatment, I didn't wear my hair, like I very rarely wore my hair straight. I did it to loosen my curl pattern. So for me, I wasn't trying to get it straight. So I just did it once. Like I did the iron once and then it loosened my curl pattern. But A texturizer is a relaxer. So you are relaxing your hair and everything that comes along with that. So if you keep doing a texturizer, eventually, especially if you end up overlapping, you're going to end up with straight hair. And then now you're going to have that transition period yet again. But I don't have anything against them. I just want you to be aware of what you're actually doing. You're welcome. Is it okay to blow dry hair every week? I think it should be okay as long as you're using the proper products, because as long as you're not using a round brush and you're not using a really powerful dryer, like I have a 3800 watt, you shouldn't have that at home. Like the one you have at home should be 1800, 2200. You shouldn't have something higher than that at home. But just make sure you use a heat protectant and don't put oil on your hair before you blow dry, because you'll be frying your hair. Yeah, I have, this dryer, I got it from Amazon. I had it in my old salon too. It's like $100. Here's the thing though. Make sure if you're going to be drying your wash and goes, make sure you don't get a conical dryer. Okay, because the conical dryer, what it does is it sucks the hair up. So this dryer versus like one that just blows the air at you, this one. So when I have my wash and go clients, they have to sit like this. They have to sit like in front of it. And then once they get dry, then I put them further back. But like this one was like $100 and something bucks. I think it's 120 now. But I like it because it gets nice and hot. But it's pretty big, easy to put together. Lady Daisy, Hot Tools, they all have good dryers, but I just like it. This has a big hood for a lot of hair. I should get out of here, y'all. I put makeup on today for like the first time in months because I was looking so bad. I was looking like death incarnate. But yeah, I definitely recommend a hooded dryer. If you style your hair natural, you should have a hooded dryer. It's worth the investment because it's going to solve a lot of your problems. If you have a problem with your twist outs lasting, you need a hood dryer. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. We do these a lot. I have a lot of them up. I have so many of them up, but I'll post them. I have some on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, Jennifer Rose NYC, some of the older ones are there. I have so many of these that I need to upload to YouTube, but it takes so long. I might pay Priya to do it. But yeah, we do these a lot. So the goal, again, like I said, is to cut your styling time in half. Is to cut your styling budget in half. And I want you thinking about your hair for 45 minutes on a Sunday and then not again for the rest of the week. The whole point in us going natural is so that we wouldn't be held hostage to our hair. And I feel like a lot of people have just went from creamy crack to now they went to what I call curl codone. Like they went from wanting the perfectly straight hair to now they want the perfect curl. And that wasn't the point of going natural. The point of going natural was to accept our hair texture and enjoy our hair. And I still feel like people aren't enjoying it. I still feel like people are scared. I still feel like people are scared of breakage, scared of fairy knots, scared of trimming, scared of this, scared of shampooing. And now it's like we might as well still be relaxed because y'all not having fun with it. At least when y'all had relaxed hair, you would get cut, you would get color, you would do stuff with your hair. Y'all don't want to do shit with your natural hair. You scared to straighten it. You scared to color. You scared to, it's like, then what was the point? What was the point? Enjoy your hair. Don't, oh, when my hair gets to my shoulders, I'm gonna color it. Why are you waiting? Color it now. Like, why? Like, enjoy your fucking hair. And that's kind of what I do. Like, I'm gonna let you know if something is for you or not. Like, if you tell me that you want platinum hair, but you also want to straighten, pick one. Can't do both. You know, if you tell me that, Jennifer Rose, I want to wear my hair straight, but I work out every day and I do hot yoga. Okay, well, girl, so when are we buying this wig? Because you can't wear your hair straight and work out 7 days a week. Like, and I think that what we have to do is we have to come to terms with what our hair can do and what it cannot do. I know what my hair can't do. So I'll buy the hair that can do it. If I were to lock my hair wouldn't look like this. I don't have enough hair. So what do? I take out my credit card and I buy the hair that looks like this. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to say, I ain't got time for that. I got bills. Like, I have real problems. Like, what my hair can and can't do is not one of my problems. I'll just buy that shit. So, sometimes I know I can come off harsh or whatever, but I was a lot nicer 10 years ago when it came to the natural hair shit. Like, I indulged y'all a lot. And then pretty soon I just got tired of having the same conversations over and over again. I just did. Like, I wish my hair would get... Like, girl, buy it then. Well, I don't want to wear weaves. Okay, well, shut up. Like, my thing is this. I'm going to give you a solution. And if you don't want the solution because you want to keep complaining, I don't have nothing for you. I'm just going to be like, okay. Like, I have not that many, but I have some clients that they hard-headed, and I'll tell them not to do something, and they'll come in and act like I never said that before. I know what I said. Sometimes people come in and say, oh, well, you said I could heat style at home. That don't even sound like me. Stop lying. So the people that don't see results are the people that don't follow what I say. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. When you follow what I say, you get results. And the thing is, I can always tell when you deviate. I can always tell when you deviate, because it's just like my boot camp coach used to say, you cannot out-train bad nutrition, and you cannot lie to your hairstylist, because your hair will always tell on you. Lie to your mama, lie to your man, and lie to your priest. Two people you cannot lie to is your gynecologist and your hairstylist, because we will fucking know. And if you lie to us, what ends up happening is that it actually becomes a problem. Because if you lie about something that you put on your hair that you didn't tell me about, and I ask you about, and you say, no, I didn't, and then I put something else that contradicts that, you're going to be in here crying. Because a whole lot of stuff don't work together. There's a reason why you don't mix stuff. There's a reason why every single tube of color I have in here says, do not put over hennaed hair. Do not put over henna. Do not mix with henna. You can go all up and in Sally's and open up every single one of those colors, the box color, the tube color, whatever color you want. It says, do not put over hennaed hair. So if I ask you, do you have henna on your hair, and you lie to me, that's going to be on you. When your shit get to smoking, I don't want to hear it. Because I ask a lot of questions. I ask the right questions. What did you do? What do you have on your hair? Is this a relaxer? Is this a this? Is this a that? And you saying, oh no, I think it's out already. It ain't out. Color never leaves the hair. So if I say, did you color your hair? And you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, I colored it 2 months ago, but it didn't take. And you told me no, you're lying, because you did color your hair. You didn't get the result that you wanted, but the chemical process occurred. So if I go to put color in your hair and it doesn't lift, that's your fault. Because I asked you and you told me that you didn't have color on your hair. Like years ago, I used to do a lot of perms, like curly perms in Washington, right? A lot of people wanted texture. I had an Indian lady come in and I said, do you have henna on your hair? She said, no. I said, ma'am, like your hair's red. Like you have henna on your hair. No, I don't have it. Ma'am, You have henna on your hair. I can't provide the service. You have henna on. No, 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 no. I was like, okay, we're going to do a test strand. Clipped off a piece of her hair. Went and got the perm solution. Went and got a bowl. Put that strand of hair. It was maybe about a quarter of an inch wide. Put that strand of hair in that bowl. Put that perm solution on it. And let her sit there and watch that strand smoke the fuck up. And anybody that has ever used Nair, you know what that hair looked like when they start curling up. And that's exactly what her hair did. And that's what all of her hair would have done if I had put that perm on her head. You cannot lie to your stylist. This is why I recommend every haircut, every color, whether you do it at home, you do it professionally done, write that shit down. A lot of hairstylists won't tell you their formulas, but they will tell you whether or not it's permanent and what volume developer you're using. Every single time I color, I tell my client what I'm putting on their hair. I'll tell them if it's lightener, I'll tell them if it's color, I'll tell them if it's semi-permanent, and what developer I'm using. Because I want them to know. So that if by chance they go to somebody else, they can say, oh, Jennifer Rose used 30 volume on me, or she used 20 volume, or no, this was a semi-permanent and she used an activator. They're going to know. And I tell them, write it down. Write it in your little calendar and say, okay, on this day I got my perm and I got my, or I got my relaxer and I got my my semi-permanent black or whatever. Write that shit down so that when the stylist asks you, you can give her all the information, him or her, all of the information that they need to provide you with a safe quality service. Because when you guys come in, it's like, oh, I don't know what I had. Like, girl, you about to be bald-headed. You know, if I ask you, do you, like, back in the day when we were still doing wave nouveaux, people would get a perm and then want a wave nouveau. You can't do that. You can't mix those two together. You cannot mix a perm and a jerry curl together. You cannot mix a relaxer and a jerry curl together. Okay? Sodium hydroxide is the active ingredient in a relaxer. Ammonium thioglycolate is the active ingredient in perm solution. When you mix those two active ingredients together, guess what you get? You get Nair. If you have Nair in your house right now, Google that shit. The two active ingredients are sodium hydroxide and ammonium thioglycolate. And when you add air, when oxygen hits those two that are mixed together, that chemical process of that hair dissolving starts. That's why the bottle is so small and it's so tight, because once the oxygen hits it, that's what starts the process. That's what keeps it from the product from actually working in the bottle. Once it hits that oxygen, you're done. So don't lie to your hairstylist. Lie to everybody else. Don't lie to us. Lying to a hairstylist is like lying to a bruja. We know. We know. We know. Hair is a map. I can tell you where you put your ponytail when I look at your hair. I can tell you if you finger detangle. I can tell if you're right-handed or left-handed. I can tell if you pick at your hair. I can tell what side you sleep on. I can even tell which side you brush first. I can tell if you just took out braids. All of that. All of it. I can tell where you put your bun. I can tell you if it's up top or if you put it back here. I can tell you all of that. So, I said all of that to say, wash your damn hair. Okay? Before you start on a new regimen, before you start a whole new whatever, just start shampooing more. Just start shampooing more. I promise you'll see a difference. I literally promise. I promise your hair will feel better. You ain't even got to buy shit. Like, I'm literally giving you information. This is one of those things where when you click off of here, you are not about to get an email saying, buy this, buy that, join my group. None of that shit. Excuse me. Just start shampooing more and stop using oil. And I promise you, promise, your hair will absolutely respond. It will absolutely respond. Okay. Now, I'm about to go home and go walk a pit bull. Because she's probably pissed. I should have been home hours ago. And, yeah. So, if you liked this, please share. Please follow. Go follow the Fro House as well. That's the salon page. This is actually my old, what is it? My old salon page? Yeah, kind of. But this is my talk shit, not so professional page. The other page is much more, it's just about the salon. It's just about, it's classier. It's a classier page. This is my, as Black women, we're multifaceted. Okay. So this is my home talk page, and the other one is my corporate page. So go follow that one too, please. Because I really want to start being able to do the slide up, because I want people to be able to book that way. So I need to get to, I think they said 10,000 I need to get to. So, but yeah, turn on post notifications so that you know when we start doing these again. Like I said, normally we usually do them a lot. I just haven't been here. I haven't been feeling well. And I want to make sure I'm not giving nobody COVID. So, I really have not been feeling well. And it's mostly at night. I don't know. And it's, how you feel when you about to get, you feel like you getting sick? That's how I've been feeling, but it won't curl all the way over. It's I just been feeling like I've been coming down with something for two weeks. And it made me really nervous because I got clients with babies. I got clients that have had health problems. For real, not for nothing. I live alone. I ain't going home to nobody. I'm more worried about, I got clients that I care a lot about, and I'm not trying to have them come in here and get COVID from me. So that's why it was I want to make sure. One of the reasons that I am testing every week is for contact tracing, but also if one of my clients got it, I need them to know that if they got it from me, I got it from them, whatever. This ain't nothing to fuck with. So I take this seriously. Trust me, I'm not trying to have to refund nobody no money for no missed appointments. Trust me, because I ain't got it. But I want to make sure that the salon is safe, that I'm safe. I have health problems myself, so sometimes I was I just don't feel good. Maybe it's my regular shit, but I want to make sure that that it's not COVID, because I haven't seen my mother in a year because of this shit. I would have been home. I go home twice a year. This ain't so. And airport full of people right now. I saw a thing people going home for Thanksgiving. I'm just okay, you gonna go give me my COVID. Don't let me get started. Don't let me get to rambling. But it's been, for real though, I've done all of that. And it hasn't, it hasn't manifested into anything. But at night, I feel worse. Night before, was it last night I was talking to my friend? And I was look, I don't feel good. So just so you know, she was bitch, just so I know what. She was go to urgent care. But they don't want you to go to urgent care. If you feel like you have COVID, but you're not sick, they don't want you to come to the hospital. And one spot that I called, I told them I have a fever, and they were like, don't come. Like, I guess the COVID testing is for like, if you just want to get tested, but if you're feeling sick, they don't want you to come. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, so what I do then? So they basically like, okay, well, bitch, if you're not dying, then they like ride that shit out. I'm like, oh, okay. And then it was like, oh, well, if you can't breathe, then come in. Okay. Like, of course I'm coming in if I can't breathe, dumbass. Like, I'm so annoyed that this is so thin. Like, I feel like I can see through it, and it's bugging me. Like I feel like there's a hole back here. Like, it's a hole. Like, it's, oh, God. That's going to bother me. Yeah. That's probably it, too. But I will say this, my blood pressure, I've been doing Splendid Spoon for a couple of weeks now. So it's all vegan. I have lost some weight, which I'm glad about. More so because of my joints. Like, my joints were getting really bad. I was really swollen. My blood pressure is really low, like good low. And it has been for a minute. So that's good. So I've been doing that, been drinking a lot of water because I'm not a water drinker. I'm a coffee drinker. So I just been trying to like have my little, but, But I need to go home because my Ivy Park stuff came. Oh, speaking of, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. I have a pair of Ivy Park. I don't know why I bought. I wasn't sure if they were gonna fit or not, but I bought the green track pants in a 2XL, and they're huge. I wasn't paying attention that they were gender neutral, so they're really big. And I thought about keeping them, but I bought the smalls as well. So the smalls fit tight, but they're still cute. They're not too small. So I'm going to sell them, and I'm not trying to make no money off of them. I'm just going to sell them for what I bought them for. So if you guys want them, shoot me a DM or whatever. Y'all, please don't make me send them. Please, can y'all come get them? Because I don't do shipping. I hate the post office. I hate going to the post office. I don't have a car. So me and the post office are not friends. The post office don't like me. They put other people's mail in my box. And I have lived at my apartment for 8 years, and they still be giving me, the girls who lived in my apartment before me, they still give me her mail. And one time I wrote on my box, that girl don't live here no more. And the mailman, trying to be funny, was like, well, I am so sorry. I won't put her mail in it. And he wrote it like I wrote it. So, we beef. So if you want the green track pants, the ones that snap up the front, it's in a 2XL. And I think it was, because I got free shipping, so I don't know how much they were. But if you want them, I'm going. She gonna be beefing too. Because normally I'm home by now. But I left kind of late, so she got walked before I left. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Oh, God, it's 12 o'clock. Thank you for hanging out. I had fun. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the information. Yeah, if you I do Q&As on here too, so look out for that on the stories or whatever. So I'll post a question, or you guys can post a question and then I'll answer them here. So just hit me up when you get a chance. Share, do all that good stuff, follow all that stuff that the influencers tell you to do. And I'll see you guys later. Okay? All right. Holla back.